What's going on, guys? I'm James,
And I'm Travis.
and you're tuned in to the Monday Coffee Show. Be sure to tune in every Monday. Episodes will be up at 6. Watch it multiple times, watch it one time, share it, just watch it.
Like we talked about last week, our friend Jake has a single releasing. It's called City of Love, and it's releasing today. His show at Bourbon and Branch is tonight in Philadelphia, so if you're in the area, please come by. We'll be there. We'd be happy to say hi, and then also we'll be hanging out with our friend Jake, and he's got this single, and we're super, super excited.
And I'll be drinking.
It's gonna be great. So this week, we wanted to talk about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is on Thursday, in case you haven't noticed. If you watch television regularly, I'm very sure that, I'm very sure that it's already Christmas. So, with Thanksgiving, we wanted to talk about some stories. How do you feel about it? What's Thanksgiving like with you, with your family? What does it look like?
Well, the main thing I look forward to is food, obviously. But it's also great to see family. That's a good, addition. I kind of just feel like Thanksgiving is a time where everybody should just get together, have a good time. Now, I don't drink on Thanksgiving most times, which is the shocker if you know me, because I'm always drinking. But I look at it just as a time to reconnect with family, because everybody has lives, everyone has jobs and everything else, so it's just one time where everyone can just connect and focus on being together.
Thanksgiving for my family, I typically go have Thanksgiving with my mom's family. They live in some suburbs outside of Philadelphia, good ways, and typically at my aunt's house, sometimes at my cousin's house. And what's really exciting about that is that my cousin's husband is a chef, so the food is always really good, and not just because of him, but everyone in my family is actually we're all really good at cooking, mostly because we like food, and so it's a really, really great time for us because we almost compete to just make better things, there's also some challenges in that, we have a lot of people with food sensitivities, so sometimes you have to get creative and make biscuits without using wheat. Or we thought that my cousin's children couldn't have dairy for a while, so there was a no dairy Thanksgiving one year. So that was interesting, and it makes some creative challenges, and I like stuff like that. So it's definitely cool. But it's funny that you said that you don't drink on Thanksgiving, because I think my family, we have some fun.
Yeah, for me, what would you say is your favorite dish that you look forward to on Thanksgiving?
I'm a big fan of anything involving sweet potatoes. I made sweet potato fries last night, and I was just sitting there just thinking oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for sweet potatoes.
For me, it would have to be big macaroni and cheese. I can eat that all day, every day. I'm a really picky eater, so I don't eat a lot of things, but that I can eat all day, every day.
So there you go. I'm not a picky eater, and I would also eat that. I'm a big fan of mac and cheese. I'm actually trying to transition into eating vegan. That has been a slow transition, and one that has involved a lot of cheating. Especially coming home from a club or a show. There's a Checkers, a Burger King, and a Wendy's really close to my house, and those are all great at the end of the night, which is weird because I generally don't like fast food, but every once in a while you just gotta feed that craving.
Every time I drink, it's always Wendy's. I don't do
specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, I can usually just do. I typically just want a cheeseburger. So how many people do you usually see at Thanksgiving?
I feel like it depends on the year, but on average, not that many. I would say maybe 15, 20 at the most.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's big. I was thinking like ours is usually like 12, and I consider that large. So, dang, y'all got it going.
I mean, it's usually like close because it's usually over my father's side, but it's usually like most of us immediate like, family. So on a good year, maybe 15, maybe 20, but sometimes less.
Okay. Do you guys do one table? Do you guys have a kids table? Like, how do you do that?
No, there's usually like a table, and then people just eat wherever they want to eat. Like, everybody doesn't just sit together all the time. So
okay.
people kind of like break off in packs and have their own little area.
Wow, that's very freeform. I'm very used to like we're all at the same table. When I was a little kid, in Florida, we were living with my grandmother for a while, like my grandmother and my grandfather, and they did the kids table thing, and that was very frustrating because I don't like to be not involved. So that was a very frustrating thing. Like I wanted to talk, like I didn't really want to talk about the grown-up talk, but I just felt left out. Do you guys have you ever been at the kids table?
Yeah, like when we used to go to my grandmother's house on my mother's side, it was like that. It was pretty much like either because I was the only child for 14 years before my little sister was born. So when I was younger, it would always kind of just be like me to the side by myself, just looking at everything, conversing. So it was kind of just like, can't wait to get older and sit at that adult table to find out what's going on.
It's apparently the deal is grandmothers. Grandmothers are big fans of the kids' tables. Is the pattern that I'm seeing here, the pattern of two. But yeah.
The funny thing is, once you get old enough, at least for me, and I sat at the adult table, it was like, I might want to go back to the kids' table. I'll pass.
So when you do you bring a dish? Like is that expected? Is there one person that does all the cooking?
I bless everybody with my presence, and I'm rewarded, generously for that. So
that's great. So I mentioned like everyone like does a lot of really good cooking. I typically offer, and I usually try to bring something, but it's usually like a side. Mm-hmm. And it's usually good. It's usually well received, which is exciting. But for the most part, we do have it's typically my aunt and my cousin's husband doing the majority of the cooking, because and they're good at it. They do a good job.
Yeah, I think that's probably towards the end of the year. That's what I look forward to. I'm like, I know there's going to be a lot of good food, a lot of leftovers. So November's a good month.
Do you tend to? I have no idea if you celebrate Christmas, which I'll find out, once this question is over and done rambling. But for my family, we tend to treat Thanksgiving as almost like a larger holiday than Christmas, and I think it's because we like food and we like just like hanging out and eating together. But like, do you guys have the same deal as like
usually Christmas, I don't necessarily like celebrate Christmas. I'll just kind of get gifts for everybody and it's whatever. But on Christmas, it's usually like we do brunch at our place and invite like key family members over, and we all just like connect and talk and things like that.
Okay.
So Thanksgiving is like always bigger than Christmas for us too. So.
Okay.
What's your favorite dessert for Thanksgiving?
Ooh, I'm a big fan of pie. We do a lot of very good pies. My dad makes a really good, and I'm gonna get in trouble no matter which way I say this, but my dad does a really good, I'm gonna say pecan pie. Some people say pecan. But he does a very, very good job. He'll just make it from scratch. That was especially nice when we were living in Florida because my grandparents' house at the time had a tree where like we would go and like pick them, and like then you'd have to shell them and everything. But we had like that year, those 2 years, my dad and I making like pecan pies from scratch, and it was wonderful. I'm a big pie guy, and I'm also a big fan of. I'd like a small slice of every type of dessert that you have.
See, like I said, I'm really picky. But my aunt made this like sweet potato pie cheesecake before, and it was amazing. So like I think she made 2 of them, and the second one I just took the whole thing home. So I had it for like a week.
Oh, that's yeah. I think I'm aging out of it right now. But there was a moment where I was the young poor person living by himself out of the family. Like it was me and my sister. And then slowly by slowly, we started getting less and less of the leftovers as my cousin's children started getting bigger, and then they needed the leftovers a little bit more than we did, I think.
That's always something that I am kind of selfish about. It's like they let the kids eat first. I'm like, but I'm hungry too.
Awesome. So we would absolutely love to hear about your Thanksgiving things, how they compare to like even how ours were different or the same. What do you guys do? Let us know. There's a comment section below this video. Unless you're watching this on a television or something else, but you can find the comment section by going to our YouTube channel. It'd be very, very helpful if you subscribe to us. Give us a nice thumbs up. Tell your friends about it. Show this to your friends. Do all the social things that will help get this show watched a little bit more. And then next week we're going to be talking about self-branding, kind of like that self-promotion, and just like things around entrepreneurship. And we'll see you guys next week when we're going to talk about that. Enjoy your coffee.